O.Rochus at the top of your screen. First point.
What a way to start things. Showing you a little bit of all of these players' skills. First, O.Rochus with the drop shot. He's got fantastic feel. And Federer showing you that incredible speed and to go along with it.
Yeah, he makes it painless. He takes his shots back, but there's nothing offensive about it. He just does it.
I've always said that he needs to have the other players as his friend.
I love it. He shows that you don't need an agent, you don't need a coach.
30-15.
Not with shots like that. 30-15.
I won't mention you, Jimmy, of course.
Thank you. Well, that's why I'm not playing anymore. Ran out of help.
And Federer quickly ahead, 40-15.
40-15.
17 finals, currently on a 16-match win streak.
Game Federer.
And he polishes off his opening service game with ease. 1-all.
1 game all.
And Fernando Gonzalez.
It was a good match. I worked that match, and he showed me a lot in that tournament.
He has a lot of firepower for a man his size. He's hitting a lot of winners, taking the ball early.
30-15.
You don't see players hitting many winners against Federer. That's one of the things Agassi told me the other day about Federer. He said, if I could take one of his strengths away, because he has strengths.
It's very little, and Federer because he's great.
Wow! O.Rochus has come to play. Game point.
O.Rochus backed up on the first forehand, but quickly regained himself, and what an angle he produced.
Oh, he did at times, yes. Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful stuff. Because you watch Federer playing, for instance, Leighton Hewitt. He's number 2 right now, and it doesn't seem...
Oh, yeah. Federer stepping in off that weak serve.
Advantage Federer.
See him take 3 or 4 steps in, realizing he can play a 93-mile-an-hour return from inside the baseline.
He's really a champion for all people to enjoy.
This O.Rochus kid hits shots. He takes the ball early. He shows you some beautiful touch up with that spinning drop volley.
He can play. And here we have 2 one-handed backhands on the same court.
It's nice to see.
Unbelievable.
Sure is.
Got it.
Advantage Federer.
The corner.
Right in the corner. I don't think he could have walked it over any better.
This was both lines. You don't want to drop shot Federer too often. He is awfully quick. Gets there in plenty of time. Nearly pushed that ball long and wide.
It's a difficult shot, though.
It's not easy.
Break point Federer.
Game
And finally, after 7 deuces, Roger Federer asserts control of the... Oh, thought he was going to get it.
Bit of a slow start getting over to it. O.Rochus thought Federer had a winner volley. So you get a look at the smooth serve and volley technique of Federer.
Game Federer.
So a love hold for Roger Federer
Federer
to
leads
consolidate the break, and he...
But he's up to it. He's fit, and he's contentious. Ho, ho, ho.
Serve ace. It's only 96 miles an hour, but
Points, 1 or 2 shots better than everyone else at the moment. But R.Rochus is one of the few guys that's hitting even more winners. He's out hitting Federer, 12 winners to 8. You don't see that very often.
No.
and R.Rochus taking care of business this time. So he gets the job done, but he's still down a break.
And just starting the point, R.Rochus had to dig the serve out of his ribs.
30
Didn't
love.
touch that one. Bud mentioned earlier these two played in the juniors. Federer was the number 1.
Ooh.
He snuck that one in.
I'm one of the few guys in the world that
He
actually
won, even though Karlovic served 30 aces.
2 tiebreakers.
I thought I was viewing the old days of the Barnum and Bailey
Love
circus.
15.
Along with Jimmy Arias and Bud Collins.
15 love.
4.
40 love.
the thing about Federer that makes him so tough is when you break down.
18, but he's got the line. He's got the corner. That's the shot. He actually scored on 4 lobs against 6'10" Carl.
Still a game point though for a 5-3 lead.
Game Federer.
And there it is. So Roger Federer, despite some
Federer leads
heroic
5
efforts
games
from
to 3.
R.Rochus, Bud Collins and Katrina Adams will have the call on that. Oh yeah.
R.Rochus is a mini Federer. That's what he looks
Yeah.
like. He's got the same variety, that little
15
chip
love.
approach you just saw. Comes in, looks comfortable up at the net.
A mirror image, but the mirror shrank.
Exactly.
He's won 5 of the 8 points. Up at
Let's see him win the French.
Do you feel that this whole last 20 or 30 years, none of the top
15.
players have been able to win all 4, other than Andre Agassi? That pretty much excludes them, doesn't it, from greatest ever status?
I think you have to have them all in your satchel. Now with Laver, and Laver will agree, but you still have to be at your peak on 4 different occasions, face different weather and everything else. Oh, whoa!
There's that weak backhand I was talking about earlier.
Somebody came down and said, Jimmy Arias has been knocking your backhand. Show us something.
blisters it.
That's the one backhand that threw it with more pace.
It's 30 all here. No!
Actually, I kind of agree, but they'd have to have a lot of backup.
Well, that's good to have it.
Just take it out of play. Oh, that's something you don't see every day on the ATP Tour. A slice backhand rally. There was that backhand on those 3 set points. Keeps him in it though.
Steps inside the baseline that time and hits through the backhand. A lot of times he chips returns. Just a nasty dipping angle from Federer.
Advantage Federer.
Incredible how much action he gets on the ball from both sides. And here's a look at the backhand.
Just seems to stay on his racket so long.
Oh boy.
Oh man.
Advantage Federer.
Beautiful backhand approach from O.Rochus, but so.
And he does. So finally,
Federer.
closes out the opening set, but he had to work for it. Points. And he gets to begin the second set serving. And he begins with an ace. That is
Set.
Gee whiz.
2 in a row.
Accuracy.
He shanked a couple of overheads today, but even the shanks go in.
Yeah, that's it.
Tell you, O.Rochus has a ball that is obviously difficult to read after time, and you just haven't seen that from him. But again, turned around Federer, and it set up the easy
Double fault.
Oh yeah.
40.
Just a little too much firepower. You cannot give a forehand to Roger Federer where he can set up, because boy, can he punch
His way here. There's the break. So O.Rochus,
Federer
no
leads 2
marathon
games to
this
11.
time.
30 love.
And he's really starting to crank up the aces already.
40 love.
And that takes number 5 for a 40 love lead.
Game Federer.
Now Federer looking pretty perfect in that game.
Federer leads 3
And he
games
quickly
to 1.
races.
Take a look at the banana bend on this forehand. That ball just drops out of nowhere.
Of emotion on the outside. There's a lot going on inside.
15 love.
Second serve ace.
Did anybody tell him that was supposed to be a second serve?
12 now. 6 in this second set.
Oh.
Not sure if he was even going to get it.
This was beautiful stuff. A great snapping backhand overhead, then the high defensive lob. This is a one shot Federer hasn't hit well today. He didn't hit that overhead solidly either. And at this point, O.Rochus thought he was in decent shape in the point.
30 love.
40 love.
And another ace.
Game Federer.
Not too good. Roger Federer holds serve.
Federer
It is
leads
now
4
2 games
games to 1.
away.
not a ball I would normally think you'd come in on.
15 all.
Not only was it a ball you don't think you normally come in on, but look at the swing. He took a fairly big cut at that volley. It just came on.
Roger Federer moments in Indian Wells. But he definitely seems to be much more in a rhythm now. Last year when he came to this tournament, as we touched on earlier, right?
He used Allegro behind the girlfriend. He's a Swiss player that hits sometimes.
He practices with him.
Well, he also plays doubles out on the tour. He's out on the tour. But beautiful backhand return on the rise. I love O.Rochus' backhand, the way he's able to take it so far inside the baseline and hit through the ball. That's a 5-foot. Unfortunately, we won't get to see that match.
Fan just lost to Zabaleta. So. Being Argentine against Federer, as he now has 2 match points.
40.
Federer has made quick work of this second set after a fairly tough first set.
And there it is, Roger Federer survives and advances back to the 3rd round here in Miami. Look at that. Gives you an idea of how short he is. Only 5'5", but what a huge heart and a big game.
He's got a very big game, but the man with the biggest game in the world right now is that man, Roger Federer, #1 in the world for a reason. No one seems to be able to stop Federer, as he has all the shots and all the confidence right now. Who is going to finally put an end to Federer? The streak. Safin has 1 win against him, but